Welcome to episode 168 of Gods and Heroes of Ancient Greece. My name is MyLinda Butterworth, and today we conclude the tale of Odysseus with the story of Odysseus the Victor. The meal in the house of Laertes was over. They were still seated at the table and listening to the story of Odysseus. At last he said, "I fear that while we have been talking, our enemies have not wasted their time. It might be wise for one of us to go to see whether they are coming." Instantly, one of the sons of Dolius rose and left the room. He had not gone far before he saw a host in full battle array surging toward the farm. In great alarm, he raced back and called, "They are coming, Odysseus, and are almost here. Quickly, take to your weapons." And up jumped the men seated around the table. Odysseus, his son, and the two herdsmen made 4. Then came the 6 sons of Dolius, and finally gray-haired Laertes and Dolius himself. Odysseus headed their little troop, and they thronged over the threshold. Hardly were they out in the open when a powerful ally, Pallas Athene in the shape of Mentor, joined them. Odysseus recognized her at once, and his heart beat high with hope. "Telemachus," he said to his son, "now justify my faith in you. Fight in the forefront and do honor to your line, which has always been distinguished for courage and staunchness." "Can you doubt me after seeing me fight the suitors?" Telemachus replied. "I shall not disgrace you and our house." "What a day!" cried Laertes jubilantly. "Father, son, and grandson will vie in valor." As the last words left his lips, Pallas Athene approached him and whispered in his ear, "Son of Odysseus, you who are dearer to me than all other men, pray to Zeus and the daughter of Zeus, and then hurl your lance." So said Athene, and she filled his heart with courage. He made his prayer and cast his spear, and it struck the cheek-piece of Epithus' helmet and pierced the jaw of his foe. With a loud clatter of arms, the father of Antinous sank into the dust. Odysseus and Telemachus, meanwhile, led their companions against their enemies and raged among them with sword and lance. They would have killed all of them, and not one would have returned home had not Pallas Athene raised her voice and stopped the fighting. "Leave off, citizens of Ithaca," she cried. "Leave off and disperse. This strife shall end here and now." Her words rang like thunder, and the weapons dropped from the hands of the warriors and rolled on the ground, as if a storm had scattered them, and they turned and fled to the city, intent only on saving their lives. But Odysseus and his men were not terrified by the voice of their ally. High they swung their swords and brandished their lances, and they followed their foes like eagles pursuing their prey. But Zeus wanted peace. He flashed his lightning into the earth before the feet of the goddess. "Son of Laertes," she said, turning back to Odysseus, "curb your lust for battle, so that the thunder may not be displeased with you." Willingly, Odysseus and his men obeyed, and Athene led them to the marketplace of Ithaca. Heralds were dispatched to summon the people to assembly. They came with tranquil hearts, and Athene, in the shape of Mentor, set a covenant between the king and his people. And here ends the tale of Odysseus. But I'll be back with more tales, many more tales. Until then, my friends, enjoy the journey.